Hey guys, welcome to today's trade summary on Wednesday, the 23rd of March. So, strange day today. It's a green day. Green days are good days. But I feel like I have had a workout because at one stage during the day, I almost gave myself a heart attack. It's a green day and it's the biggest green day of the month so far, but that's more from fortune than design. And I'll go into a little bit of why that is during the trade summary. But we started off, we took 3 trades. They all went against us at varying degrees. They were good setups, good trades to take. I'm a little bit disappointed in how I traded them. I didn't trade them optimally, and ultimately it ended up us being $12,000 in the red at that stage. So $12,000 in the red. We're about 15-20 minutes into the morning, and quite frankly, that's not a good way to start your day. We've done this a couple of times where we started the day, we made a couple of bad trades at the open, and then we've found ourselves with a red hole to dig ourselves out of it. And then we spend the next 50, 60 minutes just trading our way, being a lot more consistent and trading our way back into profitability. So essentially, that's what happened again today. Now, by luck or by crook, we actually took bigger size than what we wanted to do, kind of in error, and that trade went in our direction. So it could have quite easily gone the other way. So that was a little bit of good fortune in our favor. Granted, we do want to put the side of fortune on our side by taking the right trade setups. But I've got to be honest, just the size. I went in with 25,000 shares and it pulled back a whole dollar. That's $25,000 in the hole whilst it was consolidating. And that scared the bejesus out of me. So as it moved back up, it was very quickly moved back up, and I was able to kind of calm down. But just that, how quickly that went against me when I wasn't expecting it, it just goes another way to proving what the emotions of trading can actually do. And my heart kind of leapt in my mouth, and I was caught like a deer in the headlights at one stage, I think I said. So yeah, I'm going to go into the trade review now, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, I'll just quickly go over some of the trades that we took and then go into a bit more detail on the big trade that we had today. And it was a whopper, it was a doozy. So I'll go into that. We started off with Creative Medical Technology, which was ticker was CELZ. And that was our first trade of the day. We traded pre-market. We tried to get in here at 319s for the break of 320. It moved up to kind of 323, didn't even break the $0.25, and then started to pull back. So we exited at 310, and that kind of set the trade, set the tone for the day with this particular ticker. So again, we tried to get in there. So it moved up to, we actually missed the move up. So as it broke highs here, which would have been the ideal place to get in for the break of 323. And then get in for the squeeze up to 340s, but we missed that. So as it pulled back, we're looking for the next candle to make a new high, the next time frame to make a new high for moving on to higher highs. So we got in here at 343 for the new high, and we rode it up there. We thought, okay, we want to get that 25 cent move up to 360, and it got stopped at 356, so we didn't even get 20 cent move, and then it pulled back. So we took some profit off. We added back to the position. Well, it pulled all the way back to 330s, but then we added back to the position as it broke that same level again for the move back up. And we took a bit of profit. So coming into the open, we were a little bit good. Would covered the cost of what we lost previously, and we were just about break even. We're about $50 up at this stage coming into the open. So then we're looking for the break of the highs. We looked to get in, and we got in here. Ended up getting in at 360. We got filled. We took some profit off. It looks like it was going to be going good. It ran all the way up to 390s. And then pulled back, and we took some profit off here, and then we added to the position on the way back up again, and it pulled back, and we got stopped out. And we looked at this, and we found out that it ended up pretty much just a break-even trade. So although it's green, it was like $50. So it was a break-even trade. So we moved on, and we jumped on to LBPS, so 4D Pharmaceutical. The symbol was LBPS, and we were again. This halted up. Good volume, it halted up, and then we wanted to get in here. So we waited for an opportunity. It started pulling back, and then it started to move back up. We got this volume candle coming in, and we got really big volume. So we went in there, and we took a large position. We took some profits. It looked like it was going in our favor. And then it pulled all the way back towards the VWAP. So I thought, okay, great. We'll look for a bounce on the VWAP, and then we'll get in pretty much where we were previously. So we got in again at 834. We took some profits there, and then we added again when it pulled all the way back to the VWAP. We added again for the bounce on the VWAP, but we didn't get it this time. So we only went up to as far as 833, and then it flushed down with a bit of a vengeance to 750s, and we cut our losses. We were in the big size at this stage, so we lost $12,000, almost $12,000 on this trade. It was a bad trade for us. We traded it badly. It wasn't ideal for us. We could have traded it much better based on the action, and a little bit disappointed. So then we thought, okay, on Monday we traded NRSN Therapeutics. And NRSN Therapeutics did really well for us on Monday. So we thought, okay, this is gapping up now, and we'll start to see it on the scanners. We're getting a lot of volume. We'll take a position. So we actually took a position here. We looked at the pullback, and we looked for the break of highs. So as it pulled back, it then made its way back up. We took a position there for the break of 674. We got it filled at 673 for the break and the push on. We were volume coming in, and then it kind of slowed down, and then it pulled back, and we just held it for a little while, and we looked at let it consolidate, and then move back up, and then we took profits. We added to our position here at 712s. Then we took profits at the $0.50, 750. And we added back just after that, and then it came all the way back, and we got and we actually lost on this in the end. So we gave back all the profits that we just made on this $7. So I was thinking, okay, this is going to be a regular theme here. We're making the money on the initial run up, and then we're holding on to it too long with it and giving it back. So at this stage, we're 12,000. We're over 12,000 down, 12,200 down, or something along those lines. So we're waiting a little while, looking for something else to show its face, and we're waiting a little while. There was nothing really moving. We saw GME moving, of course, an AMC, the meme stocks, if you will, and then we decided to get into this one. So this one, it gapped up, so it halted into a volatility halt here at 13s. It started off, it closed yesterday. It closing price yesterday was 828, and so it was gapping up, and it started to move with volume. You see the volume candles coming in there. So we got in here, and we got in huge size by accident rather than by design. Instead of taking 5,000, we took 25,000, and it pulled all the way back. For a whole dollar level, it pulled back. So we only noticed this when we went to add, and we couldn't add because we didn't have enough buying power. Hang on a minute, I'm only in for 5,000. Why have I not got enough buying power? So I added just 1,000 extra shares, and it took that, but then I was like, my buying power's got, and then I realised what I'd done. I was now in for 26,000 shares. Luckily for us, however, it didn't go the wrong way, but that initial pullback, we were about $27,000 in the red at this stage, and I just added to the position. So I'm kind of thinking, oh dear, I'm like a rabbit in the headlights. My heart's racing. I'm thinking I'm going to lose over $30,000 here. I'm already 12,000 in the hole. This is probably going to pop over $30,000 into the red with the 12,000. I could lose half my position. Our starting position on the day was $90,000. So I was staring down the barrel of a 50% loss on the day, and that's what's going through my mind at the time. And then it started to move up, and it moved up fairly quickly with a bit of velocity. And it got us back into a profitable zone very, very quickly. So we took some profits here and here as we got over $16. We took some profits, and then as we passed kind of 16.20, 16.30s, took some profits, and then we took some more profits at the whole dollar level 17. This time, not only were we back green on the trade, we were back green on the day. So we not only just recovered from our shocking position we found ourselves accidentally in, but we'd actually recovered the 12,000 loss as well. So then we added and took away from our position. So a bit more profit here at this stage at 1750s. It did moved up into a halt, and then it gapped down. So we took some, so we had a cushion on this at the time. We'd not added too much, so we did have a cushion on this. We'd taken enough profit based on our large size that we had down here. We'd only added another 5,000 up here. So the average price, our average cost was still under $16 at this stage. So we came down here and we thought, okay, 16. We'll take some off here. We'll exit our position, and we did. So we're in a good position at that stage, and then it starts to move up again. So we re-enter for the break of highs, and we take some profit here. It pulls back, and we get stopped out here for the remainder. So we took half of our position off here at so we got in at 1760s, and we got out at 1860s. So we made a whole dollar move right on that one trade. It came all the way back, and we got stopped out at 1724. So half of our position would taken off. Again, that wasn't too bad. Then next candle to make a new high was, I thought, okay, we're getting a lot of volatility with this. So it pulled all the way back down and moved it up again. So we got it back in at 1720s, and it went up, came back down to 1720s. So we added to our position. It went up again. We took profits at $18. It came back down, and it was like this for a while. We're getting continual higher lows. So again, we're never getting to a point where we need to get stopped out. So we add again to our position here. We're getting slow fills. Occasionally it's going without us. So we're around 1790s for the break of $18. And we move up, and we take some profit there at 1840s. We move all the way up to 1880s, then it pulls back. So we take a bit more off there in terms of securing our profits before it starts to move up again. And we hold it this time, and it moves up in 1940s. We take some profits there, then we add for the move back up. It adds up, we move into a halt, and it halts at 2140. It halts, and it halts sideways. It pulls all the way back, but it doesn't stop us out. We're still in a profitable green zone at this stage. It doesn't stop us out. So then it moves back up, all the way up to $23, all the way up to $24. We finished this particular trade, $33,000 on this trade. Fantastic trade. And we added to our position at 22.50 on that way up, and then we got stopped out at 22.20s on the way back down again. Fantastic trade. It took, not only did it take us green on the day, but it basically given us our largest green trade of the day. Now, we got into it with large size by accident, but the way that it traded out and the way that it played out, we would have scaled into this anyway. We might not have made $33,000 on it based on how it played out, but we certainly would have played this very similar, and we would have made a nice tidy killing anyway. So all in all, that was a good, a really good trade. We did make one more trade on the day, and it was GameStop. I took the dog for a walk. came back, and then GameStop was moving. So I thought, okay, I traded GameStop successfully last year with the initial run and the initial move. So I looked for the break of highs here. So we got in and we tested this level. So and I was looking for the break of highs, 143. So I got in there and it pulled back, but I held this because we were looking at the volume of it. We're looking at the moves of the other meme stocks, and it looked like it was going to start moving up, and it did exactly that. So we took profits here at 144, and then we added to the position up here at 146. As soon as it started to pull back, we got out of the position for a profit, and we made a little over $1,000 with that. All in all, $22,000 day in terms of trade profit and loss, and in terms of actual net profit and loss, 20,583 is our net profit. So all in all, a great day today, good trading day. My heart was beating like a race driver, and do you know what? It was thoroughly enjoyable. Now, if you haven't already, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, smash the thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and remember to join me. You can actually watch me trading these live every single morning. I start an hour before the market opens, and I continue into the first hour of the market. So join me live, and hopefully, you can interact, you can engage, and maybe learn something as well. So I look forward to seeing you there.